I love traveling. Waha! I love traveling. Waha! The French. Whenever I used to play games as a kid, I've always had a strange fascination with skyboxes. You know, those cartoony, distant landscapes you could see in the background of the level. Something about the idea of there being more to the game, just beyond the playable area, has always interested me. I remember one time as a tiny Scratchy, I was probably 6 or something. I played the pirated version of Croc 2 on a cracked PS1. My dad would always burn these PS1 games he got from free EmuROM or whatever and write the name of the game with permanent marker. Anyway, I remember when I first launched the game, there was this beach area you spawned in, and there was a wooden gate and a fence. For some reason, the skybox beyond that fence fascinated me. I don't think I ever actually left the spawn area. I was so young I didn't even speak English yet, so none of the dialogue made sense to me, and I just skipped right past it. I just remember trying for like 30 minutes to get over the fence, which was clearly an invisible wall. I remember staring at the distant lands, wondering what could be out there. But what if there was something out there? Crash Bandicoot. A classic of the platforming genre, and a game that torments many game journalists to this day. To say it was my childhood is an understatement. You play as the titular fox, Crash B. Bandicoot, and your objective is to traverse through the 3 Wampa Islands and make it back to the evil Dr. Cortex castle, which is located on the 3rd, most ominous and toxic island. But as you play throughout the game, you will catch glimpses of both the castle and the airship in the background of the levels. I love this so much, it keeps you aware of your quest at all times, and it makes the world feel so alive. You are not just playing through a series of disconnected levels with vague theming to them, you're not just some random protagonist, you're not just going through Bing Bing Bahoo Lava Land, you are going across these islands, and you have a quest. I've always wanted to explore the Wampa Islands myself and just take the levels off the rails. In fact, that feeling never left me, not even now, honestly. I remember downloading a Minecraft map as a kid that was a recreation of the entire Crash Bandicoot 1 game and just exploring it in creative mode. I would explore the insides of huts that weren't meant to be explored, looked past the horizon of the Great Gate, basically anything except playing the actual map the way it was intended. Did I end up finding anything interesting? No. Well, okay, I did find this. But I never actually expected to find anything that amazing. I just wanted to play out my childhood fantasies for a little bit. Fantasies of going past the playable area of my childhood games. Which is kinda what this video is about, if it didn't make cohesive sense to you yet. Going forward in the series, in Crash Bandicoot 2, you can see the ruins of Cortex Castle in the background of one of the levels, turning this whole concept upside down. The castle is no longer your objective. It is a reminder of your actions in the previous game. Remember? You did this. You caused the castle to burn down by facing Cortex on that airship. The one you saw all the way before. You did this, not me. This is the moment you became Crash Bandicoot. Bravo, Vin. As you can tell, I grew up with the PS1, and if there's anything I can say about the PS1's games, is that they have a lot of fancy skyboxes. Spyro, Crash, Oddworld. Oh, right. How can I not mention Oddworld? It was in the intro. The Oddworld PS1 games are probably my favorite examples of how skyboxes, or rather background art in this case, can expand the world of a game without actually expanding it. In fact, screw it. I'll just let the footage do the talking. Look at this art and listen to this music for a moment. The world is lush and alive just beyond the horizon. What if you could just wander off track? Forget about your main quest, just go off on your own into the wilds and see where you end up. I remember daydreaming about it after school, maybe as a form of escapism, maybe due to my interests in exploring the unknown. Not that I'm much of an explorer, I barely go outside. Microsoft, not now! Oddworld, Abe's Exodus, utilized animated transitions, but only sometimes. It is complete mystery to the player when these will happen. I mean, they always happen when using the exact same doors, but which doors are they going to be? I remember after the first animated transition, I was completely overwhelmed. the game shifted its 2D perspective from just foreground, background to, oh my god, it's all a level, it is all playable. At least, that's how it was to my young brain. Of course, it's just a trick, a video file playing while switching between levels, but even now, I can't help but wait a bit aside those doors just to stare at the part of the level I'm about to enter and glance at it from just a different angle. Funny enough, open world games never did it for me. Even in open world games, I would just daydream about what was really out there, outside of the quote-unquote open world. Maybe because I used to fill in the blanks with my own imagination. An open world is only so open, especially back then. Most of it was an illusion. Maybe that's why games like Minecraft, despite me mentioning it earlier, never actually gave me that same feeling of grandeur and the urge to explore just by themselves. It was all just copy-pasted biomes and copy-pasted structures. It's all the same things, especially if you've seen it once. I just think skyboxes, when done well, are cool. Really cool. What was the point of the video, you might ask? You tell me? I like daydreaming, and I like recollecting my experiences. You should too. There's a lot we can learn about ourselves by looking deep into how we acted as kids, and I don't even mean it in a strictly psychological way. Maybe you're also more of an explorer than you think. Now, excuse me, I have to touch some grass. Hello, post-editing Scratch back here. If you have any thoughts about the editing style, the pacing of the video, or anything, let me know. I actually do care. I'm not just saying this to get like some attention in the comments like most people. I'm just kidding. But I do actually care, because I do want to improve. I am doing this as a newbie, basically. This is my second video of this sort, but let me know how it went. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you stick around for more.